Remember that time Epcot was a year-round party?
Today we're talking about the bizarre phenomenon when Epcot puts up plywood quick service restaurants, otherwise known as the international festivals.
Let's talk about festivals because it's one of the only reasons that I want to go to Epcot and brave the summer heat.
Epcot festivals have become a nearly year-round event.
4 times a year.
Epcot has 4 different festivals that they do every year that involve food, activities, decorations, just all different kinds of ways to celebrate.
The Epcot International Festival of the Arts.
People call it farts.
I use farts.
The Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival.
The International Food and Wine Festival.
And the Epcot International Festival of the Holidays.
I believe that they are letting us know that all of these festivals are international, even though they're located in one place.
And they are bangers.
Build a plywood quick service restaurant, offer a plant-based option. I'll be there and I will eat from your hut.
Epcot's Festival of the Arts is a celebration of the arts.
I know that there's very specific categories here, and I'm just totally blanking on what painting art would be called. Just art.
Auditory art.
Visual arts, performing arts, and edible arts.
Yeah, those ones.
It's the first festival that happens every year, so around winter time, we just got done with Christmas, and our friends at Disney are like, now it's time to get some culture in you.
It actually started when it was actually only on the weekends, but it became so popular that they made it an all week and a 6-week long plus festival.
I have been to Festival of the Arts, and I feel like out of all of the ones listed, this is probably the most underrated festival.
The kickoff of a festival is one of my favorite days of work. It is also one of the most chaotic and craziest days of work because we review every single food item. We review all the entertainment. We take pictures and video and we get it on the website, and I'm making a video about it, and it is like hectic, open to close craziness.
So food selection at Festival of the Arts is actually pretty unique.
Because let's face it, all of the Epcot festivals are about the noms.
They'll usually have a theme like eat colorful or something, like eat bright colors.
It is an Instagrammer's paradise, right? That is Festival of the Arts. For food Instagrammers, what do they call it? I'm so old, I don't know.
This food is so beautiful and Insta-worthy.
Putting it on our Instagram, trying to be cute.
And guilty as charged on the Instagrammable food at Disney thing.
I got a cake this past Festival of the Arts that was so pretty I didn't even want to eat it. But it was at a booth themed after artist Mary Blair, which is like so cool that they did that. And it was this beautiful passion fruit cake with toppings on it and a little mask sculpted out of bright colors. Like,
What most stands out to me, I'm just going to say a very specific item because I think this totally exemplifies Festival of the Arts, is they have a grilled cheese sandwich with tomato soup. And the way they present this is in this really cool like pop art canned tomato soup.
this past year, they not only had a regular grilled cheese, but they had a caramelized onion grilled cheese that you dipped in that tomato soup, and it was so good and so yummy.
At the 2021 Festival of the Arts, one of the booths had a cocktail called Kalamoxco. The two ingredients in this cocktail were red wine and Dr. Pepper. And that tastes about like you'd expect it to.
I am not sophisticated enough to enjoy that.
Better than Beverly.
The entertainment is actually my favorite thing about Festival of the Arts.
The Festival of the Arts is the festival where Broadway performers
Hey.
sing songs from Disney Broadway musicals that they've been in.
So they bring in performers that have starred on the Disney on Broadway shows. So think The Lion King, Mary Poppins, Tarzan, Frozen.
And that is, of course, a delight. I am a total Broadway nerd, and I love getting to see these extremely talented people perform songs from their shows and from other stuff.
Outside of that, you also have artists that are doing renditions of or were animators for Disney in some way appearing.
Which I think makes this festival feel more like a festival than any of the others.
I absolutely love it. As an artist myself, as someone who enjoys looking at things and dressing up and being pretentious, oh, look at that. I love the abstract interpretation of Mickey. It's like Mickey, but a more modern take on Mickey.
I do wonder, what I do find interesting sometimes leaving the Festival of the Arts is when you just see people walking out with a massive painting in hand, and you're like, did you come in here knowing you would buy a 12-foot painting, or was that just a spur of the moment purchase?
Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival.
Flower and Garden is my number one, baby.
This one is my particular favorite because I love flowers.
I love it. It's my number one choice for the festivals.
This is how I know I'm getting old, that the flowers are my favorite festival.
You know you're getting old when you start to be like, what sounds nice? Stroll through the garden.
I am who I am.
The Flower and Garden Festival is a festival that happens every spring. There's massive Disney-themed topiaries and beautiful flower arrangements and the food.
And it's also in Florida releases an entire deluge of pollen upon the earth.
I do have severe allergies, so it is kind of a love-hate relationship because I need to overload on Claritin before going to the Flower and Garden Festival. But once I am totally on Claritin, it's great.
Now, it used to actually be partnered with HGTV, and famous HGTV celebs like David Bromstead would come and actually teach you about gardening, because when it first started, it wasn't about food.
Like food.
It was basically just about flower and garden. Boring. But now it's also about food, which is the most important thing that any festival is about.
The food selections in Flower and Garden are typically a lot lighter.
They use a lot of really bright and fresh ingredients. Think lots of citrus, lots of fruit, lots of florals, lots of light spring and summer vegetables and flavors.
But you can also get a piece of maple pound cake. So, I don't know.
Healthier and lighter. There's even a whole booth that's plant-based. It's sponsored by Impossible Foods, and the whole booth is plant-based, which is like pretty interesting. Now, I am not a vegan.
You're never gonna convince me it's a cheeseburger, I'm just saying. It's not. It's not cheese, and that's not a cow, so.
We all know Breed loves a vegan, so I'm sure he loves this festival.
It's just a great festival for vegans. I don't know how else to say it. I love this festival the most because it caters to me the most. At the festival, all the booths that serve plant-based food give you a sticker in this passport, and then you take this passport once it's full to another booth, and they give you a free exclusive flavor of Dole Whip in a souvenir cup. It's a great time to be vegan in Walt Disney World, friends. It's a great time.
My favorite thing is frushi, or fruit sushi in Japan.
They have this like lemon cheesecake funnel cake. I'm like, who authorized a funnel cake to be that good?
Don't even get me started on the violet lemonade, okay? Don't get me started.
One of the signature drinks that you can get at the festival is violet lemonade, which is a frozen drink. It's bright, bright purple. It's so beautiful. It has an edible flower stuck on it.
Hibiscus everywhere.
And they had avocado toast. And I know this sounds crazy, out of all the amazing things I ate, that avocado toast was my jam. There was like flowers on it. There were radishes on it. I ate it. And it was Sir Gerd.
This year they had a taco in Mexico that the shell was cheese. Like they like fried a thing of cheese and then they shoved delicious meat and crema and jalapeno sauce on there, and it was, oh my god, we need to stop. I'm gonna go to Epcot right now.
Normally when you go to a festival or you go to Epcot, you leave in a wheelbarrow because boy are you full. But in this instance, you'll be able to skip out happily and merrily.
You also, what I think is one of the most unique things with this festival that I really love are all of the gardens that are out.
Okay, the gardens are amazing. I don't know how they do that. You know what I want to see on Disney Plus? a documentary about the Flower and Garden Festival. Can we get Mr. Chapek, somebody call Bob Chapek and ask him?
The only thing I don't like, because it could kill me, are bees. And they are usually in gardens.
I'm very impressed by the topiary action.
This year the one at the entrance is Fantasia themed. There's Buzz Lightyear, my main man. He's over by Mission Space. There is a Figment one near Figment. There's butterflies. Norway, Anna, and Elsa are there.
The bush that's shaped like Elsa. That's so cool.
Lady and the Tramp is in Italy. That's another really cool one because when it starts, Lady's ears aren't very big, but they continue to grow throughout the festival. So by the end, they're like these big, pillowy, like plumage. They're really pretty.
Orange Bird is actually the mascot in this festival. Yes, we see Figment, but it's more about that orange bird, okay?
Hey, I love you.
Hello, how are you today? I will agree, as the mascot of the Flower and Garden Festival, that it is the best one. And you can come see me, Orange Bird, and I'm actually a sipper, and you can have me full of delicious orange creamsicle drink, and you'll have a real nice time. So, everybody come to Flower and Garden. Okay, bye.
Cheers, Food and Wine 2020.
Food and Wine is number one, folks, forever and always.
Food and Wine is the OG. This is the original Epcot Festival. It's been going on for over 25 years at this point.
Our favorite midsummer fall festival. And I say that because Food and Wine used to start like towards the end of summer, and now it feels like it's starting earlier and earlier and ending later and later every year. But Food and Wine Festival is Epcot's flagship festival.
It is a celebration of the unique foods and beverages of across the world.
It's the Foodie Fest. You know what I mean? Foodie Fest? Foodie Fest?
It's what invented the little kiosks all over World Showcase and beyond. There are concerts, there are seminars, there are special events. It is so great.
It's also just a really cool way to introduce yourself into foods and drinks that you wouldn't normally have, which any chance to kind of explore another culture in that way is awesome, and you should do it.
I don't have enough time to describe to you the food selections at Food and Wine because there are like 20 plus kiosks.
I'm so sorry, Breed Love, because I know you vegan. The meats, okay? The meats at the Food and Wine Festival.
What can I say? I got my weird vegan festival that people don't really like. You get your wine and meat festival, and it's fair. This is fair. I hope you are okay with it because I feel great about it.
Food and Wine probably has some of the most famous dishes of the Epcot festivals. You're gonna find your cheddar cheese soup over at the Canada Pavilion.
Canada. I don't know what it's called, but I know that they have that incredible filet, Hello Somebody, with those incredible like mushrooms, and it's caramelized and it's always so succulent and delicious. Definitely a best of the fest item.
I love a good flight of any kind. I love a beer flight. I love a wine flight. I love a food flight. Not a food fight. That's messy. But a food flight.
This is an unpopular opinion. The escargot croissant in France was unbelievable. I thought, I have gone my whole life saying I would never eat a snail. I will not eat snails. I will not eat toads. Wait, do people eat toads? Frogs. People don't eat toads, they eat frogs.
If you haven't had escargot, you should have this one because yes, it is snails, but it's also snails in so much butter and garlic and a pastry crust, you're not even gonna realize that you're eating a snail, and it's just an excuse to eat garlic butter toast.
If you put almost anything on delicious, flaky, buttery puff pastry, is good.
That snail you're eating used to be in the Flower and Garden Festival.
If you go to the Hawaii stand, there is the pulled pork sliders. If that's not your thing, though, you can go to China. They have great dumplings there. There's also the Singapore sling, which I know that for those of you who have had the Singapore sling in years past can tell you that one is enough.
So, like the other Epcot festivals, there is a concert series of Food and Wine too, which is called, it's not Food Rocks.
It's Eat to the Beat.
The concerts provide the beat, and the booths provide the eat.
And you've got some great performers that come. Sure, they haven't been popular since the 90s, but that doesn't stop me from going to Boyz II Men, who plays the best show.
I think one year they had Tiffany. Y'all remember Tiffany?
Let me just say this. When you look at the guide to who's performing at the Food and Wine Festival, it says what the performer's name is. And then it says like their most popular song. So that if you're like, I don't know who Brian McKnight is, it'll say Back at One. And you're like, oh yeah, one, you're like a dream come true.
Taylor Dane, when will you finally grace the stage at Food and Wine? Huh? When is this gonna happen? Is it gonna be this year? Okay, third time's a charm. We believe in you.
Now I'm about to say Hanson, and you think I'm gonna say Mbop, don't you? Because that's easily Hanson's most popular song. They don't say Mbop. They say something they released within the last decade. Who do you think you are, Hanson?
My favorite performance is Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. I love big bands, I love jazz, and I think they are awesome. I have all of their albums on my phone right now and could probably play them at any given time.
Boyz II Men knows their audience. They know exactly what they're doing there. They open with Motown Philly, they roll into On Bended Knee, they may throw in Water Runs Dry, toss in I'll Make Love to You, and end on End of the Road. Thank you, Boyz II Men. That is why I'm here, and that's why I'll be there at the 5:30 set, at the 6:45 set, and at the 8 p.m. set. And it's gonna be the same set every time, and I don't care. So thank you, Boyz II Men.
Merry Christmas!
Happy Hanukkah!
Feliz Navidad!
Joyeux Noel!
Happy Kwanzaa!
Happy Solstice!
And happy holidays!
Festival of the Holidays is the best festival of all the Epcot festivals.
Christmas Food and Wine.
Festival of the Holidays, as you might have guessed, takes place over the holidays, usually starting in November and lasting through December.
And it is about the festivals of the world. Or not festivals of the world, it's about the holidays of the world. So it usually focuses on different Christmas time traditions in different countries, or whatever other end of the year holidays those countries celebrate.
Dun 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 dun. Christmas bells are ringing.
So the food is definitely more like hearty dishes. Like Canada has something with beef and potatoes again, which no one's mad about. Not me. I'm not mad about it.
It's delicious and there's lots of options like all of the festivals. One drawback is that you are going to have a diabetic crash because so many of the things are sweet.
It's not my jam, man. It's not my jam. I do not have a sweet tooth, not a single one of these. None of them are sweet teeth. Sweet teeth? Sweet tooths? I don't have them.
There's a cookie stroll, and if you eat certain cookies around the kiosks, then you get a free cookie at the end, and I love a free cookie. I love a cookie in general, but a free cookie, and all you have to do is eat 5 other cookies to get it? Sounds like a win.
And it's just not my jam. It's not my jam. I want like spicy stuff and salty stuff. Festival of the Holidays is not my jam.
Not only is it cool to actually have the food and eat the food, but I think that the more important thing that we can do is learn about why the food came to be and the history behind it and the story behind it, and then learn about the stories and the culture of that area.
What other festival is offering that? I'm sorry, but no flowers or no food and wine, okay? They're not doing that. It's only the Festival of Holidays.
So probably the most famous entertainment at the Festival of the Holidays is the Candlelight Processional, where a celebrity narrator will come in and tell the story of Christmas. Very famously, Neil Patrick Harris is usually involved.
So the coolest thing I think about Festival of Holidays is that in normal years, each of the countries or most of the countries have storytellers who tell the holiday tale from those different countries, and I love that.
The different perspective on how you can see how the holidays are celebrated all over the world with the common theme of family, love, forgiveness, peace, and hope.
And it's a valuable lesson, I think, for kids to learn at an early age. It teaches you You know, maybe Christmas dominates the United States, but in other countries, things are different. And, you know, to learn that in a way that's really engaging and beautiful and magical is something really special that Festival of the Holidays does for people. And you've got Santa Claus. I mean, is that enough entertainment for you? Taylor Dane, I mean, yeah, she's cool. But Santa Claus? Hello! Tell that to my heart.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Sven. It's been a while since I've seen you. Hello. Hey, Sven. Could you help me do a Santa impersonation? I sure could. Ha! Ha! Oh! On Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer, on Sven! Ha! Ha! Oh! Merry Christmas! I was also Buzz Lightyear! Deep cut. Ho 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 ho! Ho ho ho!
My voice got so high.
Line.
Ho 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 ho!
Ho, ho, ho!
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, children!
Hope you've been a good person this year.
Ho 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 ho! Ho 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 ho! Oh ho 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 ho! Merry Christmas from all ears family to yours! Ho 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 ho!
Hear ye, come all ye larks, as I, Molly, teach you about the sharks. I know they're not cuddly, and they don't have little paws, and you're probably scared since the time you saw Jaws. Hey everybody, it's Molly. Thanks for tuning into this episode of RTT. Make sure to let us know what your favorite Epcot festival is in the comments. Also, please like and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you know when new episodes are coming out. If you want more RTT right now, click over here for a playlist of all of our Disney Parks episodes. And if you want more all ears, click over here for a video of me having the perfect day at Epcot. Thanks for watching!